How's it going, guys? This is just a quick video showing you how to put your guitar into something called E-flat tuning, which is also known as tuning your guitar down half a step. Now what this means is we're going to be tuning each string one fret lower, so a semitone lower than standard tuning. So rather than E, A, D with the thicker strings, it will be E flat, A flat and D flat. There are many songs that I've got coming up between now and Christmas that are in this tuning, and I thought I would do it in one video to save a bit of time in every video. And also you only really need to strictly tune down if you're going to play along to the record, but it can also make it a lot easier to sing along when we tune into this tuning. And it's pretty simple, but to do it, it can be handy to have any kind of chromatic tuner. So I have this TC Electronic Polytune here, and it looks like Kit from Knight Rider when it first turns on. And if I just play one note there, which is the thickest E string, it shows me what note is actually being heard, rather than just showing me how close or far away I am from standard tuning with that string. So it doesn't matter what note I actually hit, it's going to actually tell me what note is being played. So that's a C note, which would be like the root note of a C chord. I'm a little bit high, but that's a C sharp with the little dot at the side of it, and that is D. That's the kind of tuner that you would need to do this with a tuner. And what we're going to do is play that thickest E string and just take it down by about a quarter of a turn. Now we'll see it go. It's a little bit confused when we're in between. And what that's saying now is D sharp, which is the same note as E flat. D sharp would be one fret above D, and E flat is one fret below E. The posh name for it is this is called an enharmonic equivalent, and it means they are the same note, they just have a different name. So this is a D sharp, and that's what my tuner is going to call it. But for us practically, this is more commonly known as E-flat tuning. We do the same as that for every string. So again, it's about a quarter to a third of a turn. That's the A note, so we're going to take that down. That's now saying G sharp, and that is in tune. Notice I'm picking quite a lot, because if I pick once, with accurate tuners, what you'll see is it starts high and then kind of goes lower. Did you see the red on this side is at the high side, then it kind of neutrals out and then it goes lower. So picking probably around once a second like this is more sensible, really. Let's do the same for the D. So from D we end up with a C sharp. Keep going around the outside or down the length of your guitar. This is the same for any 6-string guitar, electric or acoustic. We're going to take that G down to what will be written as an F sharp, or the F with the little LED dot at the side of it. Try and get all green when it's picked. The B will become an A sharp in this case, the equivalent of a B flat. And then finally the E will become the D sharp, 2 octaves above the thickest string, so they will be tuned to the same. Now when we've taken any guitar, when we've changed the tuning of any guitar from standard tuning, it knocks everything out a little bit, so the neck can be relieved a little bit more. And then when I go back to the thickest one now, you'll see that note is actually a little bit sharp. It's showing me kind of a little bit sharp of the D. So if I bring it down a little bit, there's the D. And then I'm just going to go through each string again, just to make sure they've not crept up. And this is a little bit due to the relief in the neck. But now, if I play an E chord, it it doesn't really sound a lot different. It sounds a little bit bassier, but that is actually an E flat chord. E flat major. And if I play the A chord, that is now sounds like A flat major, which is the same thing as G sharp. And now everything's come down by a fret. So what this means is the songs that we have coming up, this is appropriate for most Guns N' Roses songs have this tuning. Many Green Day songs. This is in preparation really of November Rain, which is a tutorial that's coming up on this channel shortly. November Rain by Guns N' Roses. Thin Lizzy are quite a famous band that do this a lot. And the reason for it is if you just play standard chords, does sound a little bit beefy, and I'm getting a little bit of a rattle there because my guitar was set up to be in standard, but it's something that whatever guitar you have, you can definitely try this and see if your guitar will be okay with it. But frankly, one of the main reasons that many bands do this tuning to the flats, and the reason that I've done this, especially when I've been the singer in a rock band in the past, is so that the high notes are a little bit easier on the voice, especially if you're singing for an hour or 2 hours or however long, every other night or most Saturday nights, which was the case for me. This makes those high notes a lot easier to hit, and it means by the end of the gig, you still have some voice left. It shouldn't be used just for that. It is often used for the sound. For example, I'm sure Axl Rose can sing fine in standard tuning. In fact, when I saw him live with AC/DC, he sung all the AC/DC songs in standard tuning, and it was Brian Johnson that used to get the band to tune down half a step to make it a little easier on his voice. But yes, this is for many reasons. The intention of this lesson is just to show you how to do it in case you want the option, and really communicating that everything remains the same. That's the cool thing about this tuning. All our basic open chord shapes still work. Anything you do higher up the neck remains the same. And with any other tunings that if we go even into drop D or open G, and they're the two we've done on this channel so far. We've also done open D tuning. All the shapes of the chords that we know, or any scale shapes or anything, all of those change when we change the tuning, of course, so it's very difficult. This is one of the easiest tunings to go. Give it a go with some songs. As I say, we've got November Rain coming up on this channel, and a few others as well. Thank you very much for watching, and please subscribe to this Andy Guitar YouTube channel if you haven't already.